Yeah, I'm gonna ride my alts down to all-time lows. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I'm gonna buy these alts cause they're oversold. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I got my altcoins by the bag, emotionally attached. Throw them on my back, got my ledger on my neck. Buying all these shit coins, you can keep your Bitcoin. I am broke as hell, but I will never sell. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. Up all night on finance, ask me for my financial advice, and if I'm nice, I'll tell you what to buy next. FOMO by the pump, panic sell the dump. I'll be holding bags cause I'm never missing my chance. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna ride my alts down to all-time lows. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I'm gonna buy these alts cause they're oversold. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. Litecoin, Bitcoin, Zilliqa and Icon, V-Chain, Verge, I can buy them on my iPhone. Yeah, I gotta have it, gotta have all the low stats. Buy at all-time high, to my surprise, I never go back. No more FUD, we've been through all that. Everybody knows that the tether is backed. Wish we could pump back up to those all-time highs. I wanna sell at the top this time. Gonna ride my alts down to all-time lows. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I'm gonna buy these alts cause they're oversold. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more.
Hey, hey, hey! Do it!
We're just about to start, guys.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe, though. Flipping the coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll. Little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble, though. Currently, learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on a scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at? Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Everybody looking at me now and they're shocked now cause the price going down. Meanwhile, I'ma cop more at a discount with a smile cause I'm making money on the altcoins right now. I'ma double down like animal style's up now. People in the crowd, they watching me bubble up now. Open up a brand new Coinbase account and I'm buying everything from Ripple to Litecoin now. Pull out my principle, keep it real simple, then play with the house. Investing in crypto, I'm chasing these coins like they cheese to a mouse. I'm on the verge of a digital currency, merging technologies. This is the future, so obviously I'm all in. There's no bottom, we hodl it now. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Throw your hands in the air, man, if you down with the blockchain. I ain't got time for the haters, man. We about to grow to 1 million. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Tell me, are you down with the crypto? Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Throw your hands in the air, man, if you down with the blockchain. I ain't got time for the haters, man. We about to grow to 1 million. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Tell me, are you down with the crypto?
It is the most powerful technology that the world has seen, I believe, since the invention of agriculture.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency.
As with most major technology shifts, let's think about what young people are doing. 32% of young people say they prefer Bitcoin to stocks. 42% of millennial males say they plan to purchase Bitcoin in the next 5 years. We're barely in the first inning right now.
Alright, gonna get this turned down on my end. So it's gonna be probably a little slow at the beginning. We're going a little bit earlier than our usual 9 p.m. Eastern launch date or launch time, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna get the non-copyright music so we don't get in any trouble. All right. So we're probably going to wait here just for a little bit. Getting stuff set up on my end. So, I've been spending a lot of time trying to increase the presentation, of our Twitch page, and I've been spending a lot of time on our Discord channel. I honestly really haven't been trading that much. I've been keeping you guys updated on all of our trades, the signals that we're getting from Market Cypher, in our new AgroCap algo. So I sent the bat signal. We'll give it a little bit. Alright, just making sure I got all my stuff plugged in so we don't die. We're probably gonna, I have a feeling we're gonna have another 4 to 5 hour stream tonight, so. So, we alerted you, right when the signal popped off here. Hey, how you doing, Armacida? Oh, you're not late, man. I'm early. But hopefully you had a good day. But no, I've been spending a lot of time, fixing the Twitch chat, or not the chat, but the panels. I've been trading here for a while, or I've been trading, but I've been spending most of my time, because, I'm not a coder at heart, especially, the development on, doing the Streamlabs. It's still fairly new to me. So how you doing, Mama Bear? So, I figured we would talk about, of course, cryptocurrency in general, like we always do on our chat. But, I figured we would address the FUD that came into, the Discord community earlier today. It's been something that's been kind of brewing here for a little bit. So I would like, I'll probably do that later tonight once, we get a little bit more fuller so we don't have to talk about it more than once. Have you had a good day trading, Mama Bear? Oh. I can tell I don't get much time in the sun. I literally mowed the grass for like 20 minutes today, 30 minutes, because I can do it pretty quick, and I got a pretty nasty sunburn. All right, so let's make sure we're good here. So looking at Bitcoin here, we're going to start on the 15-minute. You can see we're definitely building higher levels of bullish momentum here. Only one trade? Hey, that's all you need. The way I look at it is, you know, if you can just do, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, or less trades a day, the less exposure you have to possibly being wrong. So, but looking at Bitcoin right now, you're building higher levels of bullish momentum. You can see on our, you know, this is Market Cipher, but this is basically your MACD. Been busy with family stuff. Hey, you know, crypto trading's fun, but family always comes first. So we're going to start. Before you ever want to do a trade, you want to identify the environment that you're trading in. So looking at the daily, this is going to take time to change, but I want to point something out to you guys. We are now starting to form bearish momentum on the daily. So this is something we're going to have to come back to every now and then. This is going to take a lot of time to change. But we have now started, you know, we're peaking on the bear side of the daily. You know, we've been on this bull side for a while. If we look on here, let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when we had that big plunge from 14,000. So we looked at the daily. Let's look at the 4-hour. The 4 hours, honestly, like my favorite time frame. So you can see our RSI, we went and we hit bottomed. Where did we bottom at? We bottomed at roughly about 5 or 6 on the RSI. That's actually pretty impressive. You don't really ever see it go below 10 very often. And we're still very oversold. I know we've had a pretty decent bounce today. All right, good. I was just making sure my title went in through. But you can see here, it's one of my favorite signals, but it's not really a signal unless you can get confirmation. So we have our snake eye signal. So let's look at the lower time frames to confirm this. We'll look at our 3-hour. You can see how we built our momentum. We still have our snake eyes, but we really, you know, there's definitely no confirmation yet on the 4-3. So we're going to keep moving down. You have to be able to identify your environment. So we still have yet, we have not yet tested our upper resistance line. I just wanted to point this out. This resistance line is just above. I want to confirm this real quick. I haven't really been able to trade much today, so it's honestly, it's about 11,600. So look at this, guys. You know, especially if you guys have been here for a while. You know, I was mentioning this last night, actually. When you see, this is our trigger wave. You know, we've talked about this, you know, pretty in depth. I think we talk about it at least a few times every stream. You could imagine having your trigger here, you know, and this is your gun. You have your trigger wave. Well, trigger waves are naturally more explosive to the upside when your money flow is so thick in the red. If we zoom out here, you can see here on the 2-hour, we've never, I mean, we pretty much climaxed. If we actually use let's use our horizontal line here. See if we can find any more data. All right, so we did make a new high, so I just wanted that to be known. We went to the top of this right here, and we just clipsed it last night. So we have our trigger wave. Our money flow is very deep in the red. So we're going to keep moving down. So this is where I noticed this before I went live, just because I like to see what I'm looking at before I go live. Just so I know, so I'm a little bit more prepared for when we go live. So this is where it gets interesting. So we had our trigger wave here, where we're really thick in the red. You know, nothing much has changed. This is the 1 hour, but now we're building on the bull side. But guys, I want you to see this real quick. You have falling bullish momentum. This is a bearish pattern. Now, granted, we did get a little bump off of it for the simple fact that we were higher than this, but we still have not surpassed our first blob. So theoretically, yes, we did have a, this would be a good swing trade, but this may have already played out. You can kind of see here, it looks like we may be getting close to rounding this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to confirm this by looking at our even closer time frames. Let's go to the 30-minute. All right, so this is good. So this is actually really good. You had a high, you made a lower high, but look at this. We made a much higher on our most latest wave. And this data will feed into the later time frames. So we take our trend line tool. We invalidated this. I'm sorry, we didn't invalidate it, but you had your big blob here. You had a smaller wave, a smaller wave, a smaller wave. So the bears were losing momentum, honestly, since about late last night when we started pushing off 9,500. They've been slowly losing, their hold on the market, and obviously we shot to the upside. But this is what happens. That's why I emphasize when you have a trigger wave and your money flow is this thick in the red, that shows that there's a lot of people shorting the market and selling. And the way you really get these explosive moves is when you get shorts covering their positions, because they have to buy their borrowed shares, to take profit or to exit their position. So, guys, this is actually looking pretty decent right now. Being that we've made this high of a wave, I'm really curious to see. I'm curious to see what the next wave looks like, because if we zoom out here, you can see. Anytime you hit the blue line, whether you are on your bear side or you're on your bull side, that shows there's a lot of, push. Whatever direction you're in, and we just touched it here. So I'm curious to see if we go back like this and we make another high or the same top, or if we come back like this and either go to the downside, or if we basically have a small little dip and then we make our move. So we have some things to watch. We'll even go to our closer time frames, and then we'll go to our new indicator from AgroCap, and we'll see if it's showing anything. Boom. All right, guys. So it looks like we are now officially, 10 followers away from our 50 goals. So I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for being here. Our community, our family, we're getting bigger, which is awesome. None of this would be possible without you guys. So I always like to give a shout out to you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna do this real quick. I want to pull up my restream chat just so I can make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm so intertwined with Twitch right now, but once I hit 50 subs, I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be allowed to stream on YouTube anymore, which I'm okay with. So the 5-minute here, before we look at our new indicator, you can kind of see we shot a buy signal here, right here at the bottom of this wick, and that was roughly at about 10,250. It's not your famous trigger wave. Oh, that's not what I want. It's not your famous trigger wave, but you can see it. It's not perfect, so I want to see how this fills in. Alright, so we're going to check our new indicator out. So I wrote this down last night, general purpose, the scalper. So we're going to try out the general purpose. We're on the V1 right now. And it shows you want to use we'll go the 5 minute and the 3 hour. So we're actually on the 5 minutes, so that's pretty useful. So this is what we were talking about earlier today. Not only was market cipher, we were just starting this bullish momentum right here. Let me get rid of these red lines. Not only were we shooting out these red lines, I'm sorry, not red lines. We were not only just showing bullish momentum, but we actually got a buy signal right in there, and that popped right at about, so right when we broke this red line, which is about $10,130. This was your buy signal when we popped green, and then obviously we had our green arrow pointing at the bottom of this candle. So that's what's really cool. Now that we have this new indicator along with market cipher, I think we're really going to have a good arsenal of indicators to help us out. Alright, I'm going to check this restream real quick. I'm just going to do a test here. I'm going to make sure it's working. Alright, we're good. So it's kind of cool. That shares, it goes through not only YouTube, but it also goes through Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry, Twitch. Alright, so we popped our buy signal. Let's look at our 3 hour now, because I just want to make sure that's the one we're going to look at. Alright, so we got our 3 hour. So, according to our 3 hour, we let's see how history shows on this, because like I said, I'm still new to this indicator. So it seems like we're either going to move up and we're going to touch this top red line, or this thing's going to slowly come down and meet it, whatever happens first. Because you can see, like, down here, we fell, and as the price kept falling, the red line was also descending until, you end up meeting it. And it seems like once you break this red line, it pops a buy signal, and then the line turns green. It's interesting. And then you can see right here, you break your red line, your green line, and you have your sell arrow right here. This is sorry, this would be your short indicator. So awesome. I'm finally learning it. So if you guys want to get them ready in the chat, let me know what you guys want to look at today. I know Bitcoin has had a nice jump. I figured we'll look at XRP next, because I know it by far had the biggest drop. That sell-off they had yesterday, that was insane. All right. Making sure we're doing good. For some reason, my I don't know why TradingView does this, but whenever, like, if I'm on this page too long, my invite-only scripts, they just disappear. I have to log back in to see them. It's so strange. Should be there now. But I figured we'll look at XRP next. Let me know what you guys want to look at next. So we'll try our V2, our 1 minute. So it looks like I mean, this is the 1 minute, so of course you're gonna have wicks. The signal only goes through if you wait for confirmation until it confirms. But you can see how we had nice bounces off of here earlier today. And every time we hit this green line, we bounce to the upside. And then, further back, I guess this goes up until... Was this all today? No. Okay. But you can see even up here, each time you hit the red line, you go to the downside. You hit the red line, you go to the downside. Yeah. Let's try this one out. Not much of a DJ, so I haven't heard of these yet. All right. Let me know in the chat, is the volume? I had to reset Streamlabs today, so. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But let me know in the chat how my voice is doing compared to the background music. Let's say this is sure quiet. Got the 1 minute. So we have yet to touch the red line here. You can tell we've had nice bounces off the green. I'm just trying to look at past price action to see if we can get an idea of what to look for over here. Awesome. All right, so we're not really seeing much, especially on the scalper here. Here probably, maybe Aggro Cap will show up here. I know he said he's a little busy this evening, so hopefully he'll pop in here and he'll give us some ideas of how to use his indicator. I figured, honestly, I figured we would just learn this together. We'll see how it works. It's quite interesting, though. You can see it every time you hit the bottom, you go up. This is the wick catcher. I guess we need to use it on the 1 hour. So if we're going to follow the same pattern of getting close to the top and then dropping, wow, that's a little bit generous. That's saying we could go all the way up to 10.7. That would be interesting. But Market Cypher, though, it's definitely showing there's more room to run. Your money flow is very much in the red right now. And now that you're showing this bullish divergence, you have a lower high in bearish momentum, or you have your high, and then you have a lower high, and now we're popping to the upside. The big thing with here is, though, is we need to see this grow higher than this. We had our little reaction off this, but if we don't outgrow this one, we'll at least gonna have a small little dip before we make up our mind. But see, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because even if we round this off right here and we go like this, we could go right back to the downside and we could hit this right here, and this would be triple MACD bullish divergence, and that would be very bullish. I don't know if you remember the last it was a few streams ago, we had a quadruple MACD, but I think it was the bearish divergence rather than bullish, and we had a huge reaction. So we're gonna have a little bit of an extended stream tonight. I started it earlier just because I need to fix my sleep schedule a little bit. We've been streaming till like 1 in the morning, midnight 1. So I need at least 6 hours of sleep, but I need to go back to catching the market when Asia is basically handing us the ball. you know, between, you know, 5 and 7 in the morning. I found that's really good times to catch market volatility. And you can kind of get a nice pace of how you're going to be trading throughout the day. So I'm going to go take this one off. I'm going to go back to our, we're just going to go to our general purpose one here, be the V1. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to take a break from Bitcoin. Yeah. It seems like when Asia is basically getting ready to go to bed and America is waking up, that is really an optimal time. I mean, even if you don't want to wake up at 5, that 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. window, it's perfect. You basically get to catch, it's a really good indicator of how the market's going to be trading that day. Let's see, V1, it says use the 5-minute. I really want to do a call today. I was a little late on this one, but man, we were showing, I mean, this is why I'm so excited to offer you guys Market Cipher, and then we'll have the aggro cap algos on here, because look at this. You have your wave, another wave, and then a higher wave of bullish momentum, and then you pop out a buy signal right here. I mean, that is just awesome. I mean, that is great. We can have a confirmation on top of a confirmation, like it's you know. And then last night we have our blood diamond warning over here. You know, I was a little bit busy today, but I'm really going to find a way to get these blood diamond signals. We're going to open up a channel on Discord. So anytime Market Cipher shoots a signal, more so just the blood diamond with the short X, we're going to be there to catch it. Or even if I'm not there, you guys will at least get the signal. So I want to change this right here. I want to get our buy signal to be on the bottom. This is the 5 minutes, so that's not the greatest one to look at. So, you know, and that's why I like to emphasize, you know, especially when we do get this indicator onto Discord, you really, I mean, this is an indicator. You don't want to look at this signal 30 minutes later and then try to, you know, this Market Cipher A is really more meant for swing trading. You know, it's really great at catching like $40 to $80 swings to a certain direction. Like, you know, if we look at this right here, we had our short indicator at like 10,950. We went to, you know, I guess that's actually a pretty good job. 10,600. This is a $300 drop. You had another signal right here. We went from 10,650. Wow. We hit 10,000. I didn't know we hit the 400s last night. Okay, so yeah, we went from 10,650. Okay, we're in the 10,000s to about 10,450. So that's roughly about a, you know, $200 drop right there. And even these, they look small, but 10,267 to 9,940. So this thing is really great for catching like 50 to, you know, maybe $200 scalps. And then look at this on your 15-minute. You have your buy dot. So, and then not only that, you got your buy dot, and then you have your confirmation right here. You have your bullish momentum, you have your small wave, and then boom to the upside, a massive wave. Once you got confirmation that this hump right here was going to be higher than this, that was your indicator to buy. And then your confirmation would be when you got your buy signal right here. It's really, I mean, that's why I really love Market Cipher. It has a way of confirming itself. All right, thank you to all the new followers. You know, we are now 8 away from our goal of 50. So, you know, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all you for being here. I know it's a Thursday evening and you guys could literally be doing anything. You know, we're still early, so a lot of people probably haven't gotten the bat signal. I posted on Discord and in our Twitter. Dang, I need to just get rid of this this Windows emblem. I don't even use it. See if can I unpin it here? So I have to say, guys, this has really helped the stream out. If you guys want to support cryptocurrency and you want an insanely fast browser, I'm serious, guys. I put this off for literally the longest time, but I wish I would have gone to Brave browser a long time ago. It is like, I mean, you can even look it up online. It's about 2 to 3 times faster than Chrome. And it has so much helped the stream quality when it comes to like cutting out. So if you've been putting it off like I did, I'm serious, it's really worth a try, especially if you use like a desktop or laptop. Alright, so we're pushing 10,000. We're just above 10,300 on Bybit. Let's get her, see if we can get her to load up here. Alright. Make sure I'm not missing any chat. Alright. I'm making sure to check my restream chat because I know we got YouTube on here as well. So I want to make sure I don't forget about you guys. I know we have a much bigger Twitch following, but let's see how we look on the RSI here. Is it going to make us add it again? Alright. So let's check out the RSI. Oh, there they are. Okay. Wow. It's not too bad. So we hit this is on the 1 hour. I'll even make this bigger for you guys to see. I really wish they would change the colors of this. It's really hard to see. So we hit a bottom last night. Wow, we ended up bottoming out at just above 10 on the RSI. The key thing to look at though, guys, is do you see this mark right here? I don't have a trend line to draw here, but each time, at least on Bybit, once we get above 60, which is it's generally a buy zone. Whenever you get to that 50 to 60 range, that's generally a buy. But we're here, guys, and you can see if we zoom in here, we just have a small little wick to the downside here, so we're respecting it. We're definitely respecting it right now. So this is one of those times, guys, if you want to see if we're going to be continuing our pattern or if we're going to reverse it back to the downside, check your MACD, guys. I can't stress that enough. Your MACD and your volume indicator, more so your MACD though, it needs to become your best friend. And let's check our volume. Alright, the key thing here on our volume, alright, our 4 hour, let's check our 1 hour because if we wait on the 4 hour to pop up, we're gonna miss. Alright, so another thing to keep your eyes on, guys. We have falling volume right now. You have your high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and a lower high. if you start seeing the MACD have weaker bullish momentum, I'm telling you guys, we will reverse to the downside. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go all the way back to 9,500, but maybe we go back and test the, 9,900, 9,800. I'm a trader, guys, so, I want Bitcoin to succeed, but I will trade any price action. All right. Thank you so much, guys. We're at 44 now. Well, and girls. When I say guys, it's just the community in general. But seriously, we are now 44. We're 6 followers away. Thank you so much. Literally, I appreciate all the support. So looking at our price, see if we can. Let's see if we're getting any subtle hints on the shorter time frames. Yeah. You can even see this on the shorter time frames, guys. You have falling volume. So if you want Bitcoin to go back to test at least our 10.6 resistance, you really need some volume to come back. We are starting to show flashes of maybe we're getting close to a top here. So, just be careful. I know we're having a nice little push now. So, in the chat, guys, has anyone heard any updates on the China FUD from yesterday? About that Ponzi scheme? I know everyone was extremely bearish, because they had, 80,000 Bitcoin they were dumping or something like that. If you've watched my stream, I don't really put too much into whale groups. I know a lot of people are like, oh, these groups are saying, this and that. It doesn't make sense for a whale group to tell you when they're going to dump because they need liquidity to get in and out of the market. So if they tell retail investors, hey, we're going to be dumping the market, you're going to take your bids out of the book because the price is going to, you're going to dump on them basically, or they're going to dump on you. Because I'm definitely a retail investor. I'm far from a whale. So I don't put too much into whale groups. But I know how a lot of these people will be like, such and such numbers built up to 20,000 Bitcoin. I don't put too much into that. All right, so we're having a small little dip here. We're at 10,003. So let's go back here. We're going to check our MACD. Especially if we're going to try to swing trade something like this, you really want to watch your lower time frames. That will be, number one, the lower time frames are great for swing trading, but you have to identify your trend as a whole. And, we did that earlier. Right now, especially on the higher time frames, we're still in the bear zone right now. We have yet to even build bullish momentum. What was that time frame? We were just kind of poking our head out. You can see it right here. We have a nice trigger wave, but it doesn't matter if we can't pop to the upside because, we are still very much in the red right here on our money flow index. We're very red. But that just goes to show that if you can catch a bid and we can get the buyers to come in, I think we could have some nice short squeezes. Granted, you know what, guys? Let's do this. Sporia 1. Are you talking about Market Cipher? Are you talking about the crypto face Market Cipher? Yeah, sure did. I got it when it was roughly, when Bitcoin was about $7,500. I'm telling you, man, I'm not a shill, so I'm not going to sit here and pump it. I do this. How's it working out? Honestly, man, besides the new aggro cap that we're trying out right now, I don't even really need any other indicators. Once again, I'm not trying to shill this, but I show you how great it works because, I use it in my investing strategy every day. But just being honest, you need to have trading experience before you use this. I don't agree with how Crypto Face sells this when he says you don't need any trading experience because I've traded for years. And honestly, guys, this took me about a month to really understand how it worked. I lost so much money trying to figure out how this works. But once you catch on, it's honestly pretty hard to lose. It's a very sensitive indicator, so it's a little bit easier to find reversals before they happen, because the MACD takes a little bit more time to change. But no, you know, in all actuality, this is literally the best investment I ever made. You know, I really enjoy the market cipher, but you know, there's no referral links. There's nothing in it for me to try to pump it to people. So, you know, we're all about self-improvement, and that's why I have Market Cipher, and now we're trying out the Agro Capital. You know, whatever I can use to help give you guys the best content and the most accurate analysis, I'm going to do it every single time. But I emphasize to you guys, like when I'm looking at this, there's free indicators out there that can kind of, it's not going to be as sensitive as Market Cipher, but they're still going to do the same thing. Like, honestly, I use all I really use is the money flow index, and I look at the MACD right here. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's worth it. I don't think you're gonna regret it. But once again, I'm not a shill. There's nothing in it for me to pump this to you, like, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, though, Sporia One, if you don't have the time to trade, like if you have a full-time job and you don't have a lot of time to sit in front of the computer, I mean, honestly, this probably ain't the indicator for you. I'm just being honest. This thing is, I mean, yes, it is good for catching long trades, but this thing is a swing trading, scalp trading, whatever you want to call it. It's very effective for scalp trading. So, you know, that's why I like to have this out there, because 0.1 Bitcoin, that's, you know, that's a lot of money to people. So I want to be able to show this indicator off, show you how it works, so you don't end up spending all your money, you know, $1,000 or whatever it is now, and you don't end up liking it, because I don't think he does refunds. So, you know, I use this to provide content, but it's also like, hey, if you guys like this, I'm at least going to show you how it works, and you can make your opinion based on, you know how I'm using it. But no, I've really enjoyed it so far. It took me about 3 weeks to a month. Yeah, yep. It's 0.1 Bitcoin a year. Alright, guys. Thank you, seriously. Thank you to all the new followers today. Since we have some new people in the chat, I just want to put this out there. We stream, so if you go to our panels down below, we have an awesome community that we're forming on Discord. This channel is all about self-improvement and helping you grow and learn as a trader with a great community to back you. We will teach you how to find support and resistances. We'll teach you how to find low risk, high reward, setups. This will never be a pump and dump scammy signals group, so please don't expect it to be like that, because I promise you're going to be disappointed. But if you learn how to read indicators, the psychology of trading, how to control your greed, and how to curb your FOMO, I highly recommend to try our Discord. Not only me, it's the easiest way to reach me, but we have a lot of amazing traders in our group. Getting with friends, sharing true. Huh. Interesting. I was thinking of getting with friend sharing. You can log in on 2 different accounts. Huh. I didn't know about that. So something I'm considering about doing. I say consider. I'm going to do it. But I need to talk to CryptoFace about it, because I don't want to get in any trouble. I really want to find a way. So if you saw his video that he had, I think it was like yesterday, he just did an update. I was talking to him about, so do you see all these, like, he calls them blood diamonds? This thing has so many calls, it's hard to actually dictate which one's the right one. Because look, you have a short indicator and you have a buy signal. It condescends itself all the time. That's why you have to use you don't take these signals and then you jump on them. You have to learn how to use Market Cipher B to confirm Market Cipher A's calls. So I talked to him and I was like, dude, you need to form a way to have confirmation. And then guess what? Boom, he came out with the video last night or yesterday. You see how we have these blood diamonds up here? Then you have these really, like these bright, bigger blood diamonds. They're right here now. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna link this. So I'm gonna set an alert on TradingView, and every time we get a blood diamond on the 15-minute, I'm gonna form a Discord section on our channel, so it'll spit that alert out. So even if I'm not around, you're gonna get the signal. You know what I mean? Hey, blood diamond on the 15-minute, you know, such and such price. So you guys can get alerts from Market Cipher, you know, to help you guys out. We're all about self-improvement, and you know, if there's anything that I can do to help you guys out, I'm gonna do it every time. So not only with Market Cipher, but we have the AgroCap. We have the AgroCap indicators now. You know, he gave us his arsenal to try out with. It's not really trying, he gave it to us, but he has an amazing community at Agro Capital. He has a Discord channel. You know, I'm not a coder, so we don't have you know, an indicator. We're basically we use Market Cipher, but with this AgroCap, it's another amazing indicator. And if we can have these two indicators to coincide and work with each other, you know, to help us out with trade setups and see what's going on, I think it's a win-win. It had an amazing call. I posted a chart earlier today. I think it was our 5-minute. If you check our Discord channel, I posted a chart a few hours ago. We literally had confirmation of the bull trend, and we got a buy signal from AgroCap's indicator, and it was spot on. We went up like $200-300 from there. So good things are happening, guys. I know I haven't been super busy trading, but I've been trying to update you guys on the charts as much as possible. But right now I'm focusing on building the presentation-wise of our channel. So if you notice, if you look down below, if you're on Twitch right now, I've been working the last 2 days on the panels. You know, give me a little bit of a break if there is some vocabulary issues. There was a lot of volatility yesterday, so it was really hard trying to pay attention to the price action and then doing this stuff as well. But I've been working on the Streamlabs, you know, all the icons, the Twitch panels, you know, because I'm a trader at heart. I'm not a coder. So, you know, and I'm not, you know, I've never really been into like web design. This is so awesome, guys. Seriously, I just want to thank you guys so much. We are seriously 5 followers away now from our goal of 50. You know, we've been talking about this goal forever now, and we are so close. You know, none of this would be possible without you guys. And once we get, I have a goal. Once we get some, you know, our group gets a little bit bigger and we have some awesome, you know, we have some profitable trades, which so far we're like 4 for 4 on our live trades. I don't want to jinx it, so, you know, knock on wood. But, you know, once we get some good trades in, I really want to start some, I don't want to call it a giveaway, but more like competitions. Maybe we'll have a small reward. We'll have like who can get the best percentage gains, or you know, like we talked about a week ago, whoever could call the bottom on Tron, because it was in a price discovery mode. And just to let you guys know, if you know, I don't really drink that much. You know, last Friday was my first time in months. But every Friday night, you guys control the stream. I mean, you guys always pick the coins we look at. But it's BYOB night. You guys are the DJ. You guys pick the music we listen to. You pick every coin we look at. It's all surrounded on you guys. You know, we have every Friday night we have a good week of trading. So it's kind of time to sit back and just, hang out with you guys. So, if you drink, if you don't, that's cool. But Friday nights are dedicated to you guys. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow night. It's Thursday, right? Okay, just making sure. So let's look at good old XRP. That candle we had last night, oh man, or yesterday, absolutely insane. We talked about this because I was in shock. If you look at this, what is our current price right now? 26. So we've been talking about this for the last couple weeks. We have 2 touch points right here at about 20. Let's get a closer time look. I think it's about 25 cents. No? All right. It's about 24.5 cents. If you broke this area, you are going to be what's considered price discovery mode. It's generally a bearish indicator, and the reason why is because when you're in price discovery mode, you no longer have any data to the left of you. And when you have no data to the left of you, you're not able to dictate support and resistances. But if I remember right, last night, I think there's actually more data on the Bitfinex charts, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember in 2017, when I first got into cryptocurrency, like in January, February, I remember XRP being like 4 or 5 cents. I know that was my first time I ever bought XRP. Was below 5. I think it was below 6 cents. I think it was like 5.5 cents I bought XRP at. But based on the Binance chart, there's nothing to the left of you. This was our support box, but if you break support, it theoretically becomes resistance. And the way we can confirm that, so we have yet to even go, we haven't even back tested our box yet, or say back tested, we haven't even popped up to test this box. I can guarantee you, so when you break a support, the longer you stay under it, the better chance it's going to become resistance. And not only that, if you look at your 4-hour, look how many touch points you have at the bottom of this box. We're going to go actually to our daily real quick for one last time. You have a touch point here, you have a touch point here, you have a touch point here, you have another touch point. Theoretically, like in traditional assets, you can tell this is a support area, but each time you hit this bottom, you hit a support, the weaker it gets. A good example of that is Bitcoin 6,000. If you guys were around in the bear market, we bounced around 5,000, we bounced around 6,000 for months. And then finally, the bottom dropped. And when it dropped very violently. So the thing I'm going to be watching for the next few days is I want to see if we can kind of go up and then hit this box. I want to see how well we respect our 28 cents resistance right now. Because theoretically, that should be that should be insanely hard resistance to break. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. That is for sure. But if you look at our chart now, if you take our brush right here and you just exit out that wick, this is what's considered a bear flag, and it's also bearish consolidation. We fell to the downside, and now we're just sitting here and consolidating. So I want to make sure I'm not forgetting my YouTube guys. So once we hit 50 followers here on Twitch, I'm fairly certain I'm not going to be allowed to stream on YouTube anymore. So what I'm going to do is if that is the case, I'm going to keep my static videos because I like to give you guys, I like to make videos on our popular cryptocurrencies, and I like to condense them in about 15 minutes or less. Because I know you guys are busy in the morning, so you can, click those videos. You can get an idea of your support, your resistances, how it's looking. So I think I'm gonna use YouTube for my static videos, and then I'll have to stream full time on Twitch. I'll have to look into the rules with Twitch, because I really do like that I'm allowed to stream on both platforms right now. But I've enjoyed the Twitch community since the moment, you know, I started streaming here. You know, YouTube is a little full right now with content creators, and the algorithm is very, very hard to get on the good side of. So, all right, we're at 13,350, chat. Can we get a consensus? Are you bearish, chat, or are you bullish? I know we're a little slow right now. We generally pick up around 9 o'clock, which is why I try to do my nighttime streams, because I know you guys are busy, and you know, I hope you guys spend time with your family. Family is very important. So right now on XRP, you really need to hold 24.5 cents. It's going to be a little bit easy to look at the next couple, you know, weeks, because I mean, you're going to be in this zone between our bottom here at about 24.5 cents to about 28 cents. I mean, that's roughly about a 20%, you know, what do you want to call it, trading range. So it's not too bad. So let's look at our Market Cipher here. Your bearish momentum is definitely building, but that's obvious. When you have a crazy wick like that, it honestly just comes with the territory. So let's keep moving down. We want to identify the environment that we'll be trading in. We're still looking bearish. The bearish momentum is still building. You're looking about the same here on the 1 hour. Pretty much everything between the 1 and 4 is still bearish. So let's zoom in here. Alright, so 30 minute. So let's go to the 1 hour real quick. So anything between the 1 hour and the 4 hour is still very bearish. It looks like we're trying to show some signs of life here on the 30 minute. Maybe you can get a little push from this. Your money flow is still very thick in the red. And if you take your trend line here, you are making higher levels of positive momentum. This is basically your MACD. Your RSI though, it looks like we're starting to converge here. So we'll see. We're kind of pointed west to east now, so we'll give that time. It's the 30 minutes, so things shouldn't really take that long. You have a high, a higher high, and then another higher high. Hopefully you guys like the music. I've been kind of in an 80s movie mode. Ever since I saw the new Top Gun commercial, I was just like, man, I've just been craving 80s movies. So there's like Top Gun, and then you have the Wraith. I don't know if you guys are like 80s fans, but I definitely am. I like the movies, I like the music. So, looks like on the 5 minute here, you're trying to get a trigger wave, but it's not that convincing yet. Even though your RSI and your money flow is starting to pop into the positive. You can see how we're now starting to build more on this side, which is the bull side. And we're now, you can see how we hit a bottom, and now we're irked up right now, so. Hey, how you doing, Gumby Inc? Hopefully you had a good day. So, you know, honestly, right now, to be honest, guys, I'm not touching XRP. You know, that candle was very, very convincing. So all XRP. Oh, what? All in? Oh no, I'm not touching XRP. Not right now. Generally, like Neo showed this a few months back. When you see a candle, like I don't know who we were talking about it. Let me know. All right, we'll find some good trades eventually. So when you can change a daily candle, or I'm sorry, a daily MACD blob like this in one day, that is insane. I mean, if you think about the billions, I mean, I wonder, let me check this real quick. I wonder if on our Discord, I just added a whale bot, so you can type in these codes and it will pop you the market cap. I wonder what XRP's market cap is right now. I'm gonna see if I can find it on the whale bot here. Market caps. So XRP. I'll look it up later. But when you have a coin that has as high as a market cap that XRP has, and you can literally dump it. Let's use our price range tool here. We go from the bottom of our wick to let's just go to where it started. We'll be nice. You seriously dumped, and from the reports that I heard, it made this move in 5 minutes, 10 minutes or less. An asset that's worth billions of dollars that dumps 25% in a matter of 5-10 minutes, that's not a good sign. And I guarantee that if we had Market Cipher A on here, which we'll go back to in a second, I guarantee the yellow X manipulation signs will be out like crazy. Hey, Crypto Butt, it's an interesting indicator. Yeah, it sure is. I know it can get a little confusing. I mean, Market Cipher B has like 5-6 indicators all in one. So I try to go over them. I try to let you know what each one means so it's not confusing. You know, as I've said, this indicator took me roughly about 3 weeks to learn it. I lost quite a bit of money trying to learn how it works, but once you catch on, it's like riding a bike. So I just wanted to check Bitcoin here. It looks like we're testing 10,004 right now. Alright, so let's look at our 15-minute here. I want to see how the aggro cap algo's looking along, because now that we have two awesome indicators, and if we can get those to confirm each other, I think that's going to be, it'll be really positive for the community. You know, if I can have a great arsenal of indicators to provide you guys the best not just entertainment, but, charts and analysis, I'm going to do it every time. So, especially if you guys are like a coder, I know I'm not at heart, especially with Pine coding, when you put in the time and work to develop these things, I am more than happy to try them out for you. We'll look at them live. What does aggro cap do? It's a newer indicator. Aggro cap should actually be in here later tonight. But it has a ton of different indicators. I've only really been using it for 3 days or so now. So we'll look at it real quick. Let me look at this Market Cipher B real quick, and then we will go right to the aggro cap indicator, and we'll see what it's showing. Just because we're getting pretty close to resistance now on Bitcoin, I just want to make sure we don't miss this. I'd like to do a live trade possibly. So I want to see how we look right here. So the 5-minute, once again guys, don't base your trades on the 5-minute, because right now our longer time frames are still bearish. So we're going to look at these lower time frames to see if we can spot a reversal by the time it happens. Because if you wait on the 4-hour to pop these out, chances are you've already missed it. But it's great at identifying your environment because there's more information in those, in what it's inputting or showing to us. So right now you have a high, a lower high, and a lower high. And this is your bullish. So since we have a lot of new people in here today, this is your bull side. And this little white line that separates it, this is your bear side. So these blue blobs, this is basically your MACD. This is your bearish momentum. This is your bullish momentum. So these, you have two different lines to help. They're basically your RSI. And then this yellow right here, where it goes into the yellow, into the red, this is your money flow index. But rather than popping out a number, it pops out a color, which I like. I honestly like that it gives you a visual. So, you know, on the 5 minute now, you can see how thick we got here. You know, we were building, and once we started making this lower high right here, we're coming to the downside now. So it's just the 5 minute, so let's continue up. We're going to go to our 15. And so this is what we're watching for, guys. You have your big wave of bullish momentum. You can see how high we got. Look how elevated right now our RSI is. On the 15 minute, we are sitting at, wow, we're sitting at about 80. So we are now in overbought territory. But as you guys know, this is the 15 minute. But Bitcoin, it doesn't have to, I don't really pay too much on the RSI, guys. I just like to see it confirm what I'm already thinking. So like, to show you a quick example, look at this. You had a trigger wave right here, but look at this. You have a high in bearish momentum. You have a lower high. You have a lower high. And as we, you know, as I talked earlier, look how thick your money flow is. That means there's a lot of people selling and there's a lot of short orders in the book. So if you can pop this bearish momentum, you're going to have a huge wave to the upside. And that's exactly what happened. If you take this out right now and you take that out, look how we were on our RSI right here. We started getting really close to a bottom, and once you can see we kind of bottomed right here. Let's zoom in here. I'm going to change this music here in a second, but we hit a bottom, and then boom, once we pop to the upside, because this is our bullish momentum, this was our first little wave, and the way you can confirm this, oh, sorry, let me get this popped up for you. So the way you can confirm this is, so you have your triple MACD bullish divergence. You have 3 lower waves. Your money flow is very much in the red. You have your trigger wave, which, you know, if you're new to the stream, this is so bullish. This is your trigger right here. And imagine, wow, sorry about that. My mouse is kind of broken, guys. Imagine having a gun. And this is your trigger wave right here. Trigger waves are extremely bullish, and this is why I love Market Cipher, because you're not going to see a trigger wave on your normal MACD. This is more bearish. I'm sorry, this is more sensitive, not bearish. So you pop to the upside, and then boom, once you saw this little hook right here, and we was like, hey, we're going to build higher than this. This was your confirmation. And this is why I talk so much about not only your trigger wave, but when you're showing, you know, bullish divergence and your money flow is this hard in the red or this far, you're going to have massive pops to the upside. So vice versa, the next thing we're watching now is this wave right here. Just like you can form bullish divergence down here, you can form it also to the downside. So, you know, it could start right here, it could go here. You know, it could go anywhere as long as it, you know, or we could even continue it. You know, if we build a wave and we get just as high or higher, it'll be a continuation pattern. But let's just say we round this bullish wave off here like this. This would be a bearish indicator. But that doesn't mean that, it just basically indicates a dip. But at the same time, you could go over here and just build a small little wave. And you would still be very much bullish because you're still lower. You would have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, but generally when you have, like, let's say we were to round this off like right here, typically you would have a pretty decent sell. So I'm gonna fix the tunes real quick, and then we'll look at aggro cap. try this one. All right. So let's look at AgroCap. This one, give me a little bit of time on it because I am still fairly new on learning it. But it's super, super. I got a phone call in the middle of you saying go. Yeah, go all in. Yeah, not so much, man. Not yet. Not yet. Now, if you missed our show a couple days ago, our all-in signal is when PONZI goes to 1 Satoshi. Because theoretically, you can't drop any more unless you go to 0. And I'm just playing, guys. Do you have a suggested entry point and sell point? So on XRP, just because I know this from muscle memory, you have support about 24.5 cents, but you're gonna have extreme sell pressure at 28 cents because you have literally a year's worth of touch points at 28. So if you were to buy around now, you definitely need to think about selling once you get about to 28 cents. It could take a very, very long time to break that. It has at least 5 to 6 touch points at 28 cents. And now that you've broken it, that's going to become major resistance. So if you bought the dip and you can get a nice bullish push, to maybe 28 cents, I would definitely, think about selling and taking profit. So let's look at our new AgroCap. This is our new indicator that we added to our arsenal. And he should be in the chat here later tonight. I know he said he's a little busy today. So if we follow the instructions, it says to use your 5-minute and your 3-hour. So if we use our 5-minute, so this was actually the signal I gave you today. So this is our resistance point. We confirmed a candle above it. So now this flip. We broke our resistance here. We flipped to a buy signal because we flipped to our green line. But look at this, guys. This is a new indicator, so you see that we have a buy indication right here with the arrow pointing right at the bottom here. So we have our buy signal, and then guess what? You look at your market cipher B, and what do you have? Your indication was right here. The moment you saw us make a higher point of bullish momentum, I'm going to zoom this in for you. Once you saw that this touch point or this height of this blob surpassed this was your buy signal, because not only do you have your signal here, but you got your confirmation on our AgroCap algorithm. And I posted this in our Discord today. So. And once we get this alert set up, I'll be, it's going to be awesome for the community. But I'm really going to have to teach you guys how to react to this algorithm, because if you just see a blood diamond, you don't just want to jump in immediately. But once I get the presentation and the visuals done for our stream, on the Twitch and Streamlabs, we're going to be trading like a madman. We're going to do some day streams where, honestly, we'll probably have 7-8 hour long streams. Right now, I think our record stream was almost 6 hours where we did live trades. And so far, we're 4 for 4 on trades. Our last 2 trades, we closed between 20 and 30. Well, I know the one we had a couple streams ago, I closed at 26%. And we made a 26% gain. And I think it was like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And that wasn't too bad. So. But that's why I like to do analysis on our coins, and if the trade setup presents itself, we'll definitely jump on it. But even though I do like providing live entertainment, I don't want to break my rules, especially what we're trying to teach here. Oh yeah, thank you, CryptoButt. I appreciate it. But I don't want to I don't want my entertainment on the stream watching me get wrecked. So, so we really emphasize, how to do this technical analysis you know, how I'm doing it now. Even though you guys don't have Market Cipher B, I explain all the indicators that are free that you can use to help, you know, how you can do this on your own. We're all about self-improvement, so you can, you know, learn how to trade on your own, find trade setups, and most importantly, we're going to be starting a trade series where on our Discord channel, I'm going to have individual videos for every indicator to, you know, to teach you not only what it does, but how to decipher it, because a lot of times, especially when you have a lot of indicators, they're going to be spitting different stuff, and you have to learn to, you know, take a balancer and basically take all this information and come up with a trade idea. So, or a trade setup, you know, because a lot of times these can condescend each other. So, but looking at our algo, and not only that, sorry to get off topic, but we're going to teach not only these indicators and what they do, but we're going to start a series on the psychology of trading, because I'm serious, guys, that might be the most important thing. You know, this is technical, but trading is 20% psychological. I'm sorry, it's 20% technical, and it's 80% psychological. It is literally mind over matter when it comes to this. You have to be mentally prepared, and you always have to have a plan before you ever enter or exit a position. You have to have a plan of your entries, your exits, where are you going to put your stop losses, where are you going to take your take profits. Last night was a perfect example. I was talking to you guys after I made a trade, and I disobeyed one of my rules, and I did not get the fill that I wanted. We still made profit, but I had to take profit $70 away where I could have if I followed my rules. So last night was a great example. You know, I had an order at, we shorted just below 9,800. I wanted to put, I could not catch it in time, but I was going to have it at 9,650. By the time we hit it, we basically flashed under it and flashed back above it, and I ended up filling above 9,700. So I didn't get the profit that I would have if I would have followed my trading plan or the rules of trading that I lay out for myself. All right, guys, I'm not sure if we're going to do it tonight, but we are so close. You know, thank you so much for each and every one of you being here today. You know, for all you new people, you know, look at our, look in the panels below. I've been working hard on them. You know, I apologize if there's grammar errors. I will fix them. It's been really hard to you know, to trade and to do this, you know, like the designs and stuff, because I'm not a computer geek at heart. But if you want a community that's all about supporting you, definitely check out our Discord channel. And as well as I will be here every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you follow our Discord channel, not only do we help you out 24/7, and it's the easiest way to reach me, but I let you know, like today when we go live early. So honestly, we go live more often than not, or we go live early more often than not. So but you know, every once in a while during the stream, I like to pause and thank you guys, because none of this would be possible without you. And I really hope you find, you know, this information useful, you know. So Gumby, do you use Coinbase Pro? Are you talking about Coinbase Pro? With the stop order and then the stop price? So I'll get to the second part of that. So your limit price, like a limit order, is you can set a specific price that you want it to fill in. Just like a stop order, you know, you can put it at, you know, so if, you know, last night we shorted at 9,780, you could put a stop order in, or I mean, honestly, on Bybit, I'm using Kraken until oh man, you gotta get off Kraken, dude. You have to. It's dude, Kraken is a scary place. So we were actually, I think it was me and Armacida the other night. We were talking about this. To be honest, I don't know what the difference between a stop price and it says, when you put a stop order in, it says stop price. So a stop price is when, so it's kind of like a limit order. It is a price. The moment you hit that point, it's going to try to fill it as near as that number as possible. Because, you know, if you're on Kraken, I gotta beat. Hey man, I'll pray for you. So, but a stop price is, it will try to fill it at the nearest number because there's gonna be slippage, especially if you trade on Kraken. I can pretty much guarantee you're gonna have a lot of slippage on every order. It is primarily ran by bots. It's the final boss. Hey man, all the power to you. You know, I can't show it because it's on my computer, but a supplement that's helped me with my anxiety, and I have a torn meniscus in my leg right now. It's called Kraken Kratom. Hey, how you doing, Armacida? They actually sent me a sticker. I have a huge Kraken on the back of my computer right now. So. Sorry, I'm just filling my coffee cup up real quick. But no, a stop order or a stop price is an order that it will try to get filled. Once you break below it, it'll try to fill it as close to that price as possible. A limit order is basically the same thing. Like if, let's say we're at like 9,800, you could put a limit order, like a limit buy. You could say, I want to buy Bitcoin at 9,750 if we're at 9,800. And once you get to that price, and generally when you put a limit order in, you get, there's less fees involved, because whenever you provide liquidity to an order book on a crypto exchange, they reward you with cheaper fees. Like I think, Bybit, it's like, so if you do a normal order, like a market order, I want to say it's like 0.0075%, but if you do a limit order, it's like 0.0025%. So you get like, it's like 60% cheaper. So there's definitely incentive to using a limit order. All right. We have gained 9 followers today, guys. This is just so amazing. I mean, seriously, I don't mean to sound like I'm kissing butt tonight, but seriously, guys, this has been one of the, you know, we just started and this is one of the best streams ever. You know, we have been talking about 50 followers for the longest time. You know, I thought it was going to take months to get to, but guys, I owe you a ton, you know, and I promise I will put the dedication. We're going to be live every night. We're going to have, we already have an awesome community, but we're just getting started. On BitMEX, you actually get paid in fees for limit order. Wow, I didn't know that. S-Dude, thank you for adding that to the chat. I had no idea about that. I know on Bybit, you get paid, like some days the fees will be like in the negative, so like the longs will pay the shorts, and then some days the shorts will pay the longs. I don't know much about it, so I don't want to get you know too in deep with that, but I hear people talking about it on the Bybit Telegram. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I like Bybit, is so like I know a lot of BitMEX people, they talk crap on it, because this was an issue at the beginning. But I want to show you this. I'm going to shrink this screen here so you guys can see it. Alright, so I have this right here on our screen. I want to see if I can even move this. Is it going to allow me to move it? Nope. Okay, so Bybit today. The last 2 days on Bybit, we have surpassed $1.1 billion in contracts. So we've done, I'm sorry, not dollars. Well, one contract is $1, but we've been averaging 1.1 to $1.2 billion in contracts a day. So there's definitely volume there on Bybit. But the thing that I like most about Bybit, and it's what brought me to it, is not only do I like their UI, they have the best, and I'm serious, I would challenge any exchange, they have the best customer support in cryptocurrency. If I press this chat here on live stream and I ask a question, they're going to be working on it within 15 minutes. I guarantee it. There was an error where when Kraken went down. Actually looks like we're building an inverse head and shoulders right here. I just noticed that on the 2 hour. But there was an issue with the Kraken exchange because I've been pushing them to get Kraken off their index pricing. How you doing, Agri Capital? So I've been pushing Bybit to get rid of Kraken. And so when Kraken went down, it just screwed Bybit's index pricing, and there was a ton of people that got liquidated. It was the only time they had an issue. Well, guess what? They seriously refunded every single person. Every person that got liquidated got a full refund. I don't know many exchanges in cryptocurrency that would do that. Socialized. So, yeah. People will start slowly piling in. We went live a little bit early today, but it's been an awesome stream. We are so close to 50 followers. I've talked about it for a few weeks, but I definitely didn't think it was going to happen this fast. So, I'm trying not to cheese, but it's hard not to smile, guys. This is a really awesome achievement I've been waiting on for a while. I knew if I stuck to bringing you guys awesome content, I really hope you guys enjoy it. But we are so close. We are so close to the finish line. I know it's just a number, but, to be able to become an affiliate through Twitch and, just having the perks, because I know you get more exposure for that. It's so awesome. Yeah, 4 more to go. I'm seriously, I'm really trying not to cheese, but it's been such a good day. I want to find a way we can do like a giveaway of some type, like a reward, or maybe some like competition for the community. I think that would be so awesome. I'm not sure how we'll go about it, but I think we should reward our community for, getting this giant number. Yeah, Big Sky Crypto. I hope so. That's why I'm really trying to concentrate on bringing you guys solid content. Hopefully you learn something, and hopefully I keep you entertained. I know looking at these charts can be pretty boring. So, I really hope I do a good job. I've always kind of had the gift of gab, so this kind of is the best, it's kind of the best thing for me here. But, so let's see how we look on the 15-minute. Thank you, Big Sky Crypto. I really appreciate it. So, does anyone know in the chat, especially if you've been in Twitch for a while, if you become a Twitch affiliate, are you allowed to stream at all on YouTube? Yes, you can? Okay. Someone was telling me maybe it's a partner. Someone was saying like Twitch makes it where you can't stream on YouTube or something. I don't know if it's a partner or if it's you'll be contract. Oh, they'll try to buy you out. Okay. So I want to look at this support level real quick. I just want to see if there's any okay, so you can see it. There is a correlation with this. YouTube will do the same thing. Yeah, I don't have as big of a following with YouTube. I know a lot of, I know Mitch Ray talks about it. Mitch Ray talks about it all the time. I know he's not I love Mitch Ray. If you guys don't follow his channel, I highly recommend it. I more specialize in risk reward trade setups, low risk, high reward. I help you, I'm more about like educating you on how to find support resistances. We do a ton on this channel, but when it comes to like if you guys Mitch Ray, you probably already know how he does these like crazy bearish bat patterns and the Gartley patterns. That's the next level of technical analysis I'm trying to learn. I know I have a technical analysis channel, but I'm not going to try to sit here and, lie to you guys like I know everything there is to do with technical analysis. Because a lot of these things that I'm teaching you, it took years to learn, and a lot of them was, it was learned the hard way. So the next area of, me growing as a trader is I really want to learn how to do and how to come up with like the Gartleys, the bearish bat, you know what I mean. If you know Mitch Ray, you should know what I'm talking about. Maybe we can learn it and grow, as a community together. So let's look at our closer time frames. It looks like Bitcoin's trying to reject, I don't want to say reject. We're finding a little bit of resistance here at 10.4. So once again, our longer time frames are bearish, so we're going to have to really watch our lower time frames. And look at this, chat. If you've been here for a minute, you know what this means. We're showing lower levels of bullish momentum, and it looks like we're rounding this off. You should get a hardcore copy of Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns by Thomas Bolaski. Hey, I'm gonna screenshot this. Thank you, Agro Capital. All right, I'll look it up on Amazon. So you can see here, our RSI is a little elevated here. We're sitting just about 80, so we're just under our overbought zone. I know a lot of people try to say, all right, one second. I'm gonna click this real quick, and I'm just gonna save it on my phone so I can look for it after. Oh, I was actually expecting it to be a little worse than that. I have Amazon Prime, so. Sorry, chat. We'll be right back to you in just a second. I'm just gonna, since I'm in the Amazon thing, it's kinda. Hey, Agro Capital. You don't have to do it now. Could you possibly private message me in Discord with that, or just put it in the general chat so I can look it up? It's not gonna allow me. I can't bookmark it through the clicking on it through Twitter or Twitch. Thank you. I really appreciate it, because that's really the next area I would like to grow as a trader. And man, if we can learn as a community and do this together, I think that would, be awesome. Because you guys might catch on to things faster than I can, or maybe there's things I pick up. You know what I mean? That's what being a community is all about. Awesome. I just got it. Thank you. So right now, this is what I'm watching. Our RSI. I know a lot of people try to say over 70 is overbought, but for me as a trader, I have an 80-20. So anything over 80 is overbought. Anything under, around 20 or under is oversold. That's how I have it, just because crypto is much more, it can be overbought and oversold much more deeper than your typical, stock assets. Like in the stock market. So if you do use the RSI, it's all up to what you want to do. But I like to program it 80-20 rather than 70-30. Holy cow, guys. I think there's like a major thunderstorm or something. It's either that or there's a huge truck. One second, chat. That was massive. Maybe I live in a country town, so I want to. Oh dang! Look, we're in a tornado watch. So, just to give you an idea, oh dang, we're about to get hammered. Sorry guys, there's a huge clap of thunder and I was like, man, like that sounds wicked. Like that's, I mean, it actually kind of scared me, it was so loud. All right, well, maybe we're gonna have a tornado in the chat, or we'll have a tornado outside. Make it interesting. I apologize for getting off subject there for a second, guys, but so right now, oh yeah, we got another. Well, we have a Missourian. Yeah, you never know, Armacida. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this be known so you guys don't think something sketchy. I live in Kansas and we don't have a basement. So if for some odd reason the tornado sirens go off, we'll have to close the live stream fairly quickly. So. And if for some reason we have a huge, like for some reason, like if the electricity or something goes out, you know, don't panic. I'm not exit scamming the chat or the stream. So if for some reason the signal cuts out, it's because we're in a tornado watch, and you know, you just saw the radar. So. So we're definitely showing lower levels of bullish momentum. It's quite obvious here. Even if we put it here, you're still showing lower levels. So I know we've been kind of spending some time on Bitcoin right now. Is there any like typical, you know, you want to look at stocks? Do you want to look at crypto? You want to look at altcoins? Let me know in the chat, guys. I'm really debating if I want to open a short here, to be honest. The reason, well, this is on the Bybit chat, or I'm sorry, the Bybit chart. It actually looks like we're forming what could be an inverse head and shoulders. You have your neck, and now you have your shoulders right here. Technically, though, you would think we would make it up to this level. Well, no. I guess we're a little higher than this. You want to look at ETH USD? Hey, is LTF, is that long-term forecast? Crypto butt? That's a cool username. Does that mean long-term forecast? Oh, dyslexic. Low time frames for scalping? For sure. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to look it up for you. I'm guessing you want the USDT, not Bitcoin, right? All right. So, we're going to go to our 4-hour. So, this is a little bit concerning for Ethereum. You know, this pattern has gone back from about the first or second week of March. Every time we hit this upsloping support line, you know, we get a reaction. You hit it here, you go up. You hit it here, you go up. You hit it here, you go up. You know, you get the picture. Every time we've hit this, we go up. Well, we finally broke it for the first time since, so that would be March, so that'd be April, May, June, July, August. So it's been like 4 or 5 months that we have yet to broke it. So this is new territory. I was hoping this wasn't true. Okay, so this was our support line. We had pretty decent support here at roughly about $100, about at $190. This needs to be moved up just a pinch. I don't have my glasses on, so my depth perception is just a tad off, so I do apologize. So let's move this over left. So we broke. This box was green. Not only did we have this upsloping line of support, But this was, this was our support box between 200 and 205. You can tell we just sliced right through it. So our next area of support was where we double bottomed here, which is at $190. And this is what I was a little concerned about. If we zoom in here, you can kind of tell how this is. Remember how we were talking about XRP at 28 cents? How if we back tested, I wanted to see if we would, it would form resistance. Because theoretically, when you break support, it becomes resistance. Just like when you break resistance and you can confirm above it, it's supposed, theoretically, it's supposed to become support. Well, look at this. We've hit this line almost twice and we've rejected it. And this line, like I said, it's about $190. So if you're trying to scalp, this is generally what I try to do. Or that's, the type of trader I am. I'm going to get rid of this. Let's see if I can find. The next area of support that I'm going to be looking at is roughly about $170. But you can see there's a cluster of touch points right in here. So honestly, I would kind of actually like to put a rectangle box here because there's not a lot of consistent touch points. Like we had here at 235 where our old trade setup was. But it just never came to fruition because we couldn't even test 100 or 235. So we're going to get our rectangle box out. Oh, where are you at? It's right here. So we're going to start from 175, which is the top of these wicks, and we're going to go down to 170. I just want to encompass those two touch points right in there. And we're going to turn this green because it's going to be our support here. Alright, I like to do these boxes when you don't have consistent touch points. You can see the bottom of our box has a wick right here. It touches, so that reaffirms this box. So your bottom support line on this is going to be about, it's going to be about $160. This can actually move down just a tad bit. There's going to be pretty decent support here between $160 and $175. But more precisely is $175 and $160. The reason I like to have this box though is there's not a lot of consistent touch points except at the bottom and the top of this box. And you can kind of see where we bounced around here. So you can pretty much bet that if we break 175, you could bounce really anywhere from here. So, but just to emphasize, because I know it can get a little confusing, you're going to have decent support at 175 with your next area being 165. And you can confirm that being you have a touch point here and you also have two touch points back here. If you ever want to find support, you want to look left. When in doubt, look left. All right. So we're gonna pull this box right in through here. Actually, I'm gonna move back here real quick. Man, that storm's really coming in right now. All right. So your current price right now, you're sitting at $187. Your first area of resistance, you can see how you have a touch point here. You actually have it looks like you have a close right there. I'm gonna try to get this more precise here. Sorry, I'm eyeing this. I just want to see. Okay, I like this a lot better. If you look at this box to zoom in, and I apologize because I don't have my glasses on. You see how you have your candle touch here? You have a candle touch here, another one. You have a whole bunch of clusters right here, and you have almost another one right here. You're gonna have pretty decent resistance here at $200, with your next area being our old support at 200 and 205. But something to keep in mind here, This is your first resistance area. This is confusing me because it needs to turn green, or I'm sorry, red. You can see where we have this cluster of touch points right here. And then we also have this wick right here. So, you know, to sum up this real quick, you're going to have your first area of resistance at $190. Your major resistance is going to be from 200, and more precisely your 200 and then your $205 mark. If you're looking at areas of support, you can see actually right here, I don't want to draw the line here because it'll make it, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But your short-term support, you can see where we have a candle touch right here, and you have another candle touch right here. It's right about right there. See how you have your touch point? And then you have a touch point here, touch point there. And if this actually extended, it would touch right there as well. And that's at $180. So I'm going to turn this green. So I'm going to sum this up for you really quick because I don't know if you write things down or, you know, how you memorize them. But you're going to have major support at $160 and then decent support at $175. Your first short-term support area, this is going to be your first area, you know, that we seem to be bouncing off, is $180. So you have short-term support at 180. You have much stronger support at 175 and 160. Your first area of short-term resistance is going to be at $190 with your first major test of resistance at 200 and 205. That's confluent. Awesome. I'm sorry that took a little bit, you know, but I really want to make sure I get you the best information. And I don't, like I said, I don't have my glasses on, so looking at these little, you know, little wicks, it's a little difficult. But did that help, Crypto Butt? Do you want me to go a little bit more into this, or did that make sense? I just want to make sure I was thorough. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I'm glad that helped you out. So what I'm going to do is to make this a little less confusing, I'm going to just go ahead and clear these lines. Alright, just because we've been talking about it, I like to look at this just because it's kind of funny. Let's look at Tron. It's kind of funny because I participate in the dApp space, and I have quite a few buddies that they hold quite a bit of Tron, and it's just kind of hilarious. I gave them the warning when it was 270 Satoshis that they needed to get out. You know, if we go out here on the daily, look how many touch points. This is your 28 cent Tron. Oh, I'm sorry. This is your 28 cent XRP. You have a touch point, another touch point, almost another one here, a cluster of touch points in through here. Once we broke 270 Satoshis, I was like, you need to get out of Tron. Like, it's gonna get ugly. And they're so loyal to Tron, they wouldn't sell. Well, I mean, look where we're at now, guys. It looks like we could possibly try, maybe we could make a double bottom here at maybe 165, 164 Satoshis. But we've been speculating on it for a while. I really want to do a giveaway of some type, or like a competition, preferably a competition. But I want to see, granted, it needs to be more farther out so we can confirm it's actually true. But I want to see if someone can call the bottom of Tron, where we actually get a legitimate bounce and we move up at least 30%. But if you go out here on the daily time scale, when Tron launched, this was your only area of support that we actually had any areas of consolidation. Tron basically, we sat here, obviously, you caught a bit, you caught lots of buys, you had a small dip, you consolidated for a minute, and you absolutely went parabolic. I mean, seriously, I don't know how much more parabolic on a cryptocurrency you can go. To put this in perspective, guys, between the 13th of December 2017, oh my god, to January 5th, seriously, 2-3 weeks, you almost went up 900%. I mean, if we even go back to our time frame of December 17th, oh my God, it's actually higher. So if you went from this support area right here, I say support where you actually have some candle touches, you went up 18, almost 1900% in 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. But there was no areas of consolidation. So this is why you had such a bad fall, because when you don't consolidate and there's no coin accumulation, there's no numbers to try to look at. Be like, oh, well, this could be support. There's not. But once you broke this area, the only thing I can look at right now to try to even guess is you have a candle close here and you have this wick touch right here. And this is seriously sitting at 120 Satoshis. So if we want to use our price range tool, we're at 169 now. Let's get our price tool. You're looking at a further drop of about 30% on Tron, 25 to 30%. That's just insane. I've never seen a cryptocurrency go parabolic like that in that short amount of time. 1800% in 3 weeks. So, in the chat, if we have any crypto veterans in here, does anybody have a coin that can challenge those kind of gains in that short amount of time? I mean, I participated in alts. I mean, I entered cryptocurrency, January, February of 2017. But can you guys name a currency that, that went this fast, in gains? That's just amazing. I know people I don't really have an opinion on Tron. I just know I have buddies that were in it and, they enjoyed, playing the dApps. XRP is the all-time top gainer. So we had a thunderstorm last night in our chat. You're going to get a real life one, I have a feeling, here pretty soon. Hey, AgroCap, do you know an exchange? Because I remember buying XRP at like 5 cents, 6 cents. Do you know the exchange? Was it like Bittrex? Do you guys know the exchange that would have the most XRP data? That's not just a crap exchange. I'm thinking Bittrex had it, right? I want to say it was Bittrex that I saw when I first bought my XRP. It was so long ago. Yeah, XRP, that was one of my best coins. In 2017, I bought between 18 cents and 28 cents. And I ended up selling everything between $1.50 and $1.80. Check Nano? Yeah, for sure. I actually watched a video here a couple days ago looking at the speed of Nano. It's insane how fast it is. Eurotrunks, do you want the Bitcoin or Tether pairing? But I'm more than happy to look at it for you. I just need to know which pairing you would like to see or look at. USDT? Okay. Alright, just making sure. Well, Binance sure doesn't have a lot of information on it, that's for sure. Do you guys, do you know an exchange that would have more data than Binance? Can you let me know in the chart? It'll be easier to look at this if I have more data to look at. Let's try good old Bittrex. Let's see if that has more information on it. Because I'd like to see some more data than that. I haven't used good old Trex in a long time. Wow, they don't have it? Is Nano? I thought Nano was a little bit older than that. Is it? Man, they don't have it either. So I guess we're just gonna have to look at the Binance chart. I'm just not sure if there's a Bithumb. So I think we're just gonna look at the Binance chart then, because I'm not seeing any other exchange that has it. Does Polynex have it? Nope. Okay. So let's just go back to good old Binance. Yeah, literally no exchange has Nano. That's really insane. All right, so this ain't terrible. So it looks like it got added, like what, November of 2018. Meerkat box. See, these coins I've never heard of. Oh, this is NAV. I need Nano. Sorry about that, chat. Terrible exchange. Alright, guys. Hey, I'm just going to give you the warning. I'm not exit scamming, but there's a great chance we might lose electricity here in a minute. So, I'm not exit scamming. I'm not exit scamming if the computer goes out or if the signal. It's literally, it sounds like a darn tornado's outside. It's thundering so hard. So I will let you know in the chat for some reason in the Discord, but I promise I'm not exit scamming. But I live in a small country town. We don't have the best electricity, and it's thundering and lightning incredibly hard outside. So to look up though before the storm comes, see if we can find or establish any patterns. Nah, I don't really like that too much. So I can just tell you by looking at this, there's no way you can fib retracement because you're already at the bottom of your trend line. And, I mean, because it looks like you have a low of roughly 87, 88 cents here on Binance, and you're sitting at $1.03. So in terms of finding a dip, it kind of sucks because, I mean, literally you have, let's zoom in here. Let's get our horizontal line. You're basically sitting on these cluster of touch points right here. And then after you have this wick, if you break this wick right here, you're basically sitting right here. You have this cluster of wicks right here, and that's it. So one second. Sorry, I'm messaging somebody in my house right now. I'm making sure our animals are inside, especially my cat, because it likes to go outside. Because if there's a tornado, we need to jump in the car and run. Is the cat inside? In case. We live in Kansas and there's no darn tornado shelter, so. Alright, so if you break this line right here, you're basically your last hope right here get our brush out, is right here. And that's sitting at, like I said, it's about 87.5, 88 cents. So after that, you're going to be in price discovery mode. There's no statistical, there's no data whatsoever to try to look upon or try to look at to try to find support. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just kind of preparing for stuff at my house right now. We had a scary tornado incident earlier this year, and my cat for some reason likes to try to okay, we're good. All of our animals are in the house. If you guys know me and you've been on my streams, you know that I'm a huge animal lover, and you know I'm a huge animal lover, and it would tear me to pieces if we had to jump in the car and I had to know one of my animals wasn't in the car with me. You know, I'm a trained tornado spotter. I did it for the fire department. And honestly, the house we're in, it would get obliterated in a tornado. So I know driving in a car is not safe, but it saved us every other time. So I just wanted to make sure in case I did have to jump and leave, I didn't have to, you know, leave a man behind. So sorry about that. We'll get back on point now. I just wanted to make sure everything was good here. So you have this last support here. It's sitting, I say last support, your last support here is at 88 cents, 87.5. You're sitting right above our more short-term support at 98 cents. The way you can confirm this is you have these cluster of touch points right in here. I'll try to circle them and then I'll get rid of it so you can see it. But you have this nice little cluster and they're all about in the same area right now. So, but if you're looking at put on a helmet, man, yeah. You know what's funny is I actually have a football helmet right here in my office, so it was literally my Halloween helmet. Oh yeah, I got my helmet. Yeah, I'm good. Turtle Beach has me right now. So, but if you're trying to look for areas of resistance, the next area I would be looking at, can actually see here. Let's get our horizontal. And I'll show you how I come up with this, just so I'm not making random lines. Yeah, we got nothing to our left. So the way you can come up with this right here is you have these touch points right here. You have another cluster of touch points right here. You have two touch points here. And, you know, we have some crazy wicks here, but you can see that we are going to respect this line. Yeah. See, my dogs, I know they're safe. We have 3 dogs at my house as well, but my darn cat, it's an outside cat, and when that thing goes outside, it's not neutered yet, so that thing is so hard to find. Who knows where in the neighborhood he's going around. And he seems to only like to escape in the nighttime. Can only imagine what that thing's doing at night. But so I'm going to turn this green. So, you know, just to sum up Nano though for you, you have your last, basically you have your final stand support at about 87.5, 88 cents. Your first area of resistance, you're going to have, well, you're actually above it now. You're going to have a temporary short-term support at about 1.1 cents, so about $1.01. This is a more short-term support, but you have much more established support here at about 98 cents, with your first area of resistance being right here at about $1.10, $1.11. And you can see with all these touch points. And actually, I'm kind of seeing this right now. This is actually another area of resistance. I just spotted this right now. All these touch points kind of coincide with each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this into a box. So I think it fits the situation perfectly, and it's better for you guys to see. So we'll start from here now, and I'm going to turn this red. All right, chat. Bitcoin, we just passed 10,400. So I like this a lot. I like this a lot. So you have short-term support here at about $1, $1.01. You have more decent support here at 98 cents with your last stand at about 88, 87 and a half. With your first areas of resistance being here at about $1.07, $1.08. And then, you know, you have your top of this box, which is sitting at about $1.11, $1.12. But if you can break that, the next area I'd be looking at is, you can see how you have the touch point here. You have another touch point here, and then you have another cluster, and that's sitting right at about $1.15. So let's look at Market Cipher though. Let's see what Market Cipher. So your 2 hour doesn't look the greatest. Let's look at your 4 hour. You're trying. You're trying to buck the trend here. Your money flow is still slightly in the red though. I say slightly, it's pretty in the red. You can see what I'm showing right here. It's ever so slightly less than this wave. So let's go to our 1 hour. You're definitely not showing. So it looks like the sell pressure is actually trying to build here on the 1 hour. And another bad thing you're seeing is here on your bullish pressure, your bull wave that you're seeing right here. You're actually negatively, you're going to the downside. So you have this wave, and you can definitely tell it's rounding off. So the only really thing you can hope for is you'll kind of take a little dip, and then maybe you can curve it up. And maybe you can get higher than this, but you can definitely tell. If we zoom in here, I can tell you with 100% certainty, we've definitely rounded this off. So, and your RSI is perfectly rounded on the top of it as well. And look at this, even on your 15-minute, you're showing higher levels of bearish momentum. The altcoins are going to be a little tricky. They've been tricky the last couple months, but more so because with kind of how Bitcoin's acting right now. We're really at critical areas. Between this 10.4 and 10,006 mark, it could, we could reverse to the downside any minute. But if we can break 10,600, maybe we can go up and test our next resistance at 10.8, and then our eventual, 11,000 really doesn't seem to be acting. A lot of these psychological numbers don't seem to be acting as resistance lately. Or support. So maybe if we can break 10,006 and we go up and break 8, maybe we can go back and test our 11.2 resistance mark. But with these altcoins, it's really hard to guess where they're going to go, because when Bitcoin goes up, they really don't go up. When Bitcoin goes down, they seem to fall harder. So we're kind of just sitting here patiently waiting for altcoin season to start. And so you can see the bulls, we started rounding it off, and then boom, we're getting a little bit of a push now. And your money flow is starting to creep up. You can see how we started kind of irking to the downside, and now we're moving up. Let's see if our other indicator, see if we're showing anything. Oh man, I hope no. Hey, ES, I just noticed, so we're looking at your nano now. I apologize for, I've been so caught up in Twitch. I missed your message on YouTube, but it's actually lucky that someone else requested it. So I hope this was helpful on nano. I'm still getting used to YouTube being added to our live streams. We've been solely on Twitch for the last couple weeks. So we're going to use our aggro cap V1. Let's see, so we're going to use the 5 minute and the 3 hour. I really like how it tells you, which ones to use. You're not trying to sit here and memorize. All right, guys, I'm really glad something told me to look at this. Dash USDT, yeah, we'll look at Dash. But look at this, guys. Not only are we showing, we're trying to build some bullish momentum right here on the 5 minute. You can see on Market Cipher, but look where we're at right now. On our aggro cap, I'm just going to call it the aggro algo. That sounds cool. You can see here, we're bouncing right off of it. So we're definitely respecting this. If we look at, past performance, you can see we can we generally hit it and then we get a nice, move to the downside. Or we break this red line, we confirm it, and we flip green. So seeing that, I just want to check because I love these indicators. Now that we got two amazing indicators and they can try to confirm each other, I think that's just awesome. So looking at our 5 minute, it shows that we're trying, the bulls are really trying to keep this bullish momentum up. It looks like we tried dipping and it's like, and we're popping to the upside now. But if we start seeing lower levels of momentum here and we're sitting right at this resistance line, it could be potentially a good short. 10.4 is resistance with the next one being at 10.6. So well, I hope we get you, Armacida. I'm going to, hopefully I can solve any of your questions with it. Market Cipher's awesome, but on our, on the aggro cap algos, it's a nice little indicator. I like that we can use Market Cipher and use the aggro cap, indicators. I think it's just so awesome. Really, we have two amazing indicators. And, with these arsenal of, tools that we have at our disposal, I don't really think there's many other communities out there that have the potential that we, that we have. Sorry about that. But you can see here, the bulls are trying to fight on Market Cipher B. And we're just creeping up to this resistance line. If we do break above this and we can confirm, yeah, we're the trade community powerhouse. Exactly, AgroCap. But between these two indicators coinciding, and then we have the community that supports us, because we have some awesome traders in our community. I don't really think there's much that can get in our way. With smart minds and all these tools at our disposal, I'm really excited to see the potential of, what we can accomplish together. But the 5 minute definitely looks like we could, I'm really interested to see. And this is what I like so much about this red line. Look at this. Look how many, you can definitely tell we're respecting it right now. If we zoom out, so if he says the 5 minute, then it says the 3 hour. Yeah. Well, if AgroCap is similar to Market Cipher, exiting is all on you. You have to know, because I know for certain Market Cipher does not tell you when to exit. That is all on you. So that's why I try to emphasize having a plan, because you saw last night, literally in live action, I could not get my sell order in fast enough. I broke one of my rules. Of not setting a take profit. All right. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Nano. So we looked at Nano. Alright, so on our coin list now, we got, just trying to remember, get these written down. I'm still getting used to looking at YouTube and Twitch. Energy coin? I've never heard of that. Hey, ES on YouTube. Do you know what exchange that's off of? I've never heard of Energy coin. So, if you're trading with the V1, then you can reference the V2 to close orders. Hey, I'm writing this down real quick. So we got Dash, and then we have Energy coin. Sorry, I'm getting these cards out. Wow, that's a different color. So we got, so V1, then V2 to exit. Sorry, I'm old school. I write this down. I write everything down. All right, ES on YouTube, I gotcha. So Binance, perfect. I love coins that are put on Binance. And then, for example, if you go long and you take a trade, you can watch V2 when it flips short. Interesting. Cool. Yeah. We'll check those altcoins just in a second. I really want to see Bitcoin here, though. It'd be kind of cool to do a live trade here. We're kind of at this critical point right now. I really want to see how we react at this resistance line, because I really didn't think we were going to hit 10.4 so quick. Let's check our. I don't generally like it. All right, so. I'm just trying to get a picture of what's going to be fed into the 1 minute. Alright. I'm trying to basically be impatient, and I want to see what's being fed into this 5 minute. Alright. So I feel confident we're not going to dump on Bitcoin yet. I want to see what order. So we have Dash, and then we're going to look at Energy coin. And once again, guys, if I missed your coins, I really apologize, but put them in the description. I know we primarily focus on, Bitcoin, but because I do like doing live trades with you guys, I really do. So on Dash here, you actually shot a short signal on the 5 minute on AgroCap V1. You can see we have a short signal arrow, and that popped out at roughly about $94. But you can kind of see though, we actually broke right under this green support line. So if we're zooming out, let's look what Market Cipher's showing. Before I get too much into that, I want to identify our environment we're trading in. Or wait, yeah, okay. So looking at Market Cipher, you are showing less negative momentum, but look at this. Your negative momentum, you can see how we were building, and then we shot to the downside. Like we were growing in the selling pressure. So that's definitely not confirmed. So once again, let's go to our closer time frames. You're showing just about the same chart. This is the 3 hour. We're going to move to the 2 hour. Going to move to the 1 hour. All right, and this is what I was kind of talking about, that money flow. So you have higher levels of bearish momentum. the bearish pressure is building on Dash right now. It looks like on the short term, like the 30-minute, it looks like you're trying to pull. Maybe you're trying to change the tide a little bit. This is not the beautiful wave that you want to generally see, but you did form. It's not generally what I'd like to see, but you do have you have actually a pretty decent sized trigger wave, but it's not the really tight, you know what I mean, enclosed trigger that we're used to seeing. And it's actually kind of reversed right here. So, but you broke to the upside. So theoretically, so you have your high, and then you have a higher high. But let's look what it. So I'm not sold on this reaction yet because your first bullish momentum, you're still, I mean, you're about parallel. I mean, even if you compare it to that one, you're to the downside, but let's just use this one. So I would say you're more parallel than going down. So honestly, for me, on Dash, I'm pretty neutral. Now this is a good sign on the really short term, like on the 15-minute, which is good for swing trading. You have your high. Look at this, your money flow is shrinking. We're now starting to get rid of the, you know, the dark red, you know, so all like I don't know if you can short Dash, but you know, the selling looks to slowly subsiding. So not only is your selling subsiding, but your bearish momentum, it's bigger, and then it got weaker, and then a lower wave. Your RSI is pointed down, but that doesn't really matter because we're on the 15-minute. So it looks like the bulls are trying to pull off. They're trying to pull a little I don't want to call it a pump, but they're trying to change the tide. The longer time frames are pretty bearish. But so let's look at our aggro cap. I'm gonna check our comments here. Yeah, with low liquidity assets, they're so hard to gauge. I honestly really don't trade altcoins until, you know, we get the signal. But so let's look at our aggro cap. Look at the 5-minute. Well, I mean, you got a short signal, but honestly, I don't even think you can short an altcoin. Not like this one. But you can see here, definitely, you're trying to. I mean, the bulls. They're definitely. You have. You're showing bullish divergence here. It's only 2 of them though, so it's not that great. But you have your high, you have a little low, and this is why you had a sell-off. Is because you had your high right here, and you had a much lower high, and that's why you sold off. If you look at the top of this is when you had your big candle. Once it came to realization, right here, that you were growing no more, it was done for. Like you can tell the selling pressure, it increased. So, for me, I'm more neutral on Dash. I would say more neutral to bearish. So our next one is energy. I've never actually heard of this. There's an engine coin. I've heard of engine coin, but I've never heard of energy coin. Yeah, no problem, Armacida. Alright, so while I wait on ES to give me a confirmation on that, I really want to go look at Bitcoin right now because it looks like we're starting to show a little bit of weakness. If we can catch a nice short here at 9,400, I'm definitely going to take it. Definitely going to take it. So it's kind of cool, guys. Well, it's actually not kind of cool. It's absolutely amazing. So we are at 46 followers on Twitch, and we are now at 44 on YouTube. So let me do the math. 46. It's late, guys. 46 plus 44. So we are now at 90 followers in total. And if you count our community on Discord, we're over 100. I know some of them are the same people, or almost, you know, all of them, but our family's growing, guys. You know, I do shout outs to you multiple times through stream, but, you know, thank you so much for being here. It is a Thursday night. I'm sorry, it's a Thursday night. You guys could be doing anything, but you're here. So, you know, thank you so much for being here, guys. And girls. But, NRG, sorry? Oh, there's no need to be sorry, man. NRG. Hey, you too, Big Sky Crypto. Have a great night. I like to have them every now and then. You'll see it in the chat. So I highly recommend you go to our stream, or I'm sorry, our Discord community. But I'm gonna start doing static videos every single day on YouTube. But I'm just so I can post them on the Discord. But if you want me to do away, or not do away, but if you guys want like a morning, like a cup of coffee stream or an afternoon stream, hey guys, not to freak you guys out, I need to go check the house. We just got put under a tornado warning. I really hate doing this to you guys, but I don't want to die. But I just got the national, like the Amber Alert warning on my phone right now. We're in a tornado warning right now. I don't have a basement of any kind, so I will keep you updated on Discord. I promise these streams will not end like this every single night, but I have to make sure my family's okay. So I'll let you guys know on Discord when when we have the all clear. But I gotta go, guys. I really apologize for this. This is not we don't have tornadoes, but bye, Mama Bear.